It was exactly 1:50 p.m. in the afternoon. I knew this because I was constantly looking at my clock, and it was Friday. I was waiting for 2 p.m. so that the school bell would ring and I would be the first one out of the gates, just like it has always been for the last 4 years since I got to this high school. But while I was thinking about that, Miss Mchun walked in the class and looked at me. She was his history teacher and said, Anga, take your backpack and follow me. I took my backpack. I followed her. I was like, what could she possibly want? I'm like, there's only 10 minutes left. I need to go. She has a car. She's going to hold me back. Is if she wants to ask me to do something for her or if she wants us to talk. I followed her and she led me to this classroom. When I walked in, I saw the executive principal and some other teachers. Three of them combined. And they told me, we know. I'm like, what do they know? They said, empty your bag. I'm like, wait, did I steal something? Are they suspecting me of stealing? I was shocked because I was like the good student, the top student, the student that is well behaved. So like, I was like, what is happening? I was confused. But you know what? I started emptying my bag. I emptied all the books, and they said, no, that's enough. And when one of the teachers moved, I saw some food parcels on the ground. There was maize meal, rice, tin cans, fish, beans, like different type of food. They were put in this type of plastic, and they said, "Give us your bag." They took my bag, and they started putting it inside, shoving it there. I remember not all of them fish. There was also a cabbage. The cabbage was so big. They asked me, "Do you have like a plastic with you?" I'm like, "Why would I have a plastic bag with me?" I did not question anything. And then I closed my bag. I remember my bag was so big. When I was trying to lift it up, I almost fell because back then I was so thin. You see, my arm was so small that here, where is the support of your biceps, I could literally wrap my fingers around and they would close. To kid you not, I'm not lying to you. So, the bag was so heavy. This was the exact bag, by the way. You see, due to carrying lots of food for many weeks, it started to rip and fall apart. 6 years later, I still have the same bag. This was caused by the food parcels that were put in my bag for 3 months straight. And I remember when I put it on my bag, I used to slide back like this. Remember, I said I was so thin. And remember also I said that I was the first one out of the gate for the last 4 years. And I used to get home before the bus. Because remember, 5% of the students took the bus, 1% had cars that collected them, and the rest of us, including me, used to walk on foot. Through jungles, through rivers, through dirt road, you name it. That's how we used to commute to school. And then I knew exactly what had to happen. Even though I had a heavy bag on my back, I had to walk in front of everyone so that they couldn't notice because the bag was starting to rip and like the contents were visible. It got so bad to a point where I had to put a paper where there were holes so that no one could see what was inside. I did not question anything. For some reason, somehow, they knew that I needed this. I took it with no question. I did not ask or wonder why were they taking directly from the portions that were used to cook for all of the hundreds of children that were in school. I was like, hey, it's my lucky day. I'm so happy. Finally, I will have something to cook, a decent meal. And then I walked home in front of everyone with this heavy bag. If I would say, I would say it was 7 kg plus or more. It was very heavy. I remember I started getting dizzy because I was dehydrated. I was so hungry. I was so thin. But I made it home. And then the first thing I did, before I even took off my uniform, I opened the tin can. It was a beans tin can. Chopped some onions, fried it. There was some small maize meal. If you don't know what maize meal is, I'm sorry for you. But I boiled some water, put the maize meal and made uputu, like pap. And I ate. I ate. So this kept on going on for 3 months, like I said, 3 or 6 months. I don't remember the exact same time, but I do remember it was around 2020. And when I went there for the third week, there were lines of students. This is not just only me. When we walked in there, when the teachers called us, we knew exactly what was happening. No one said anything. I knew some faces that I never talked to. I looked to my right, I looked to my left. I did not judge. We did not talk. We smiled, opened our bags, and we shoved it in, shoved it. And I knew what we were all thinking at the same time. If this bag could get bigger, that would be a great thing because we could shove even more things there. We also now carried extra plastic bags. Remember, some things could not fit due to the size of some veggies and stuff. And then we all do the same thing. We walk in front of everyone so no one could notice. This was like 5 or 7 of us. One of them was one of the boys was in my classroom. So we took it, walked home, pretended if like nothing ever happened. And after 6 or 3 months, it stopped. We did not ask teachers what was happening, did not explain to us why it stopped. But we knew it made a huge difference. I remember when I used to do this around my arm, like try to hold it like that. I couldn't anymore. There was some visible difference. I felt better. I was not getting dizzy. I felt stronger. I even participated better. I enjoyed going to school and stuff. So, yeah, this is the story of how we stole food from school. But why? What happened? How did it start? You might be wondering. Well, here's the thing. You see, I had 3 t-shirts, school t-shirts, white tees. We all know those. And all of them were starting to rip. You see, when you wear a same t-shirt for 4 to 5 years, they start to rip. It literally turns into powder. Those fluffy things just falls apart. If you're wearing a jersey, you'll have like white crumbs from your t-shirt falling to your jersey. And it will literally tear apart. And you will be like wearing a collar like a pasta. Yes, you like literally take a scissor and cut it purposefully because like you can't be wearing something that is flimsy all over the place. So one of the teachers noticed and said, "Is everything okay?" I was like, "Yeah, everything's okay. Like t-shirt is old. I'm gonna buy a new one. Everything's fine and stuff." But she's like, "No, you're not telling me the whole story. What exactly is happening with you? You seem thin. You seem sad. You seem like something's wrong. Do you need help?" Or like, "No, I'm okay. I mean, like, I'm getting good grades. Ever since I got to the school, I was always on top of my class, so everything's fine. So you don't need to worry about me." But I will tell you the part 2 on another video because storage is running out. I'm seeing a notification running out of storage. You have to save this video, upload it at night, and I'm going to come back with part 2.